What if I told you that the reason you feel tired, anxious, or disconnected isn't in your mind or body, but right under your feet? What if I told you that every time you put on shoes, you're cutting yourself off from one of the greatest sources of healing energy, the earth itself? From childhood, this disconnection was taught to you. They taught you nature was something outside yourself, when in fact, you're a part of it. By breaking that connection, your energy, your peace, your inner clarity, all got fragmented. Can you feel it? That restless search for something you can't quite name. That deep need to come back to something more real, more grounding, more yours. That's your soul reminding you a part of you is still waiting to be reunited. Because your feet do more than just support you. They're gateways. And the earth isn't just dirt. It's a living energy field that can heal, recharge, and align your whole being. Today, you're going to discover a secret that's been hidden for centuries. Walking barefoot on the earth isn't just a simple act. It's spiritual medicine, a time-honored practice that balances your body, calms your mind, and reconnects your spirit. In this video, I'll explain why this connection was intentionally broken, what happens inside you when your feet touch the ground, and how you can bring back that sacred bond with a simple, powerful ritual I'll share at the end. But first, take a breath, feel your feet, and ask yourself, how long has it been since you let them touch the earth, like coming home? If something inside you stirs just hearing this, don't ignore it. What you're about to remember could change your energy forever. There was a time when walking barefoot was the norm, not the exception. Our ancestors, from the earliest civilizations to today's indigenous peoples, knew something the modern world has forgotten. The earth is more than soil. It's a source of life, an energy field that nourishes and transforms us. Walking barefoot was a spiritual act. The Egyptians did it in their sacred rituals. Indian sages meditated while sitting directly on the earth. Native Americans believed when feet touched the ground, the soul could hear the planet's heartbeat. For them, stepping on the earth wasn't just walking, it was communion. It was remembering we all come from dust, and to dust we return. But while we're here, that dust, that living earth, can recharge us with energy, clear our emotions, and awaken deep memories. In those cultures, feet were seen as sacred channels, points where the planet's energy entered the body to balance the whole system. Physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. Today, science is starting to catch up. They call it grounding or earthing. Studies show walking barefoot reduces inflammation, improves sleep, lowers anxiety, and strengthens immunity. But long before the data, sages knew this in their souls. Then something changed. Concrete appeared, cities grew, rubber-soled shoes that block energy became common, and with them came forgetting. We were told being dirty was bad, nature was dangerous, and being clean and comfortable mattered more than being connected. So what was sacred became ignored. Yet that memory still lives inside you. That urge to feel earth beneath your feet again, like when you were a kid. It's not nostalgia. It's spiritual memory, and it's time to remember. When your bare feet touch the ground, you're not just walking. You're exchanging energy, releasing built-up static, stress, tension, and emotional weight into the earth. In return, the earth restores your balance. This is called earthing or grounding. It's not some new trend. It's a natural process your body has always needed, even if you forgot. Scientifically, the earth carries a slight negative charge from its electromagnetic field, and our bodies, loaded with stress, device radiation, anxiety, or repetitive thoughts build up a positive charge. Walking barefoot lets free electrons flow in, neutralizing that excess charge and bringing you back to a natural state. The effects? Your nervous system calms down, your heart rate stabilizes, your vital energy reorganizes, and your soul, without knowing why, breathes easier, sleeps better, chronic pain eases, cortisol drops, moods lift, and wounds heal faster. These are just the measurable effects. The deepest ones can't be captured by machines. When your feet connect to the earth, something inside aligns. Your mind quiets, your thoughts slow, and for a moment, you return to the present with clear awareness. Spiritually, contact with the earth awakens cellular memory. Cells remember they belong to a larger whole, and this simple connection can kickstart healing, forgiveness, emotional release, and a renewed sense of purpose. That's why walking barefoot on sand, grass, or mud feels amazing for no obvious reason. It's your soul finally touching the ground it was never meant to leave. None of this is accidental. It's no accident you live surrounded by concrete. No accident modern shoes are made with energy-blocking soles. No accident we spend 90% of our time indoors, not touching a leaf, stone, or drop of earth with our skin. You were disconnected, and it was intentional, because those who are grounded, balanced, and connected to nature are free. They think clearly, trust their intuition. They don't need to consume as much or fill empty spaces with distractions, and people like that are hard to control. The system doesn't want humans in tune with the earth. It wants restless bodies, overwhelmed minds, and fractured souls. The more disconnected you are from nature, the more dependent you become on artificial things. Think back to your childhood. Maybe you ran barefoot through grass, on the beach, or in a garden, and felt a kind of freedom you couldn't quite explain but was real. That was connection. That was living energy flowing through you. But then they told you to cover up, protect yourself, stay clean, and keep away from the ground. Little by little, they domesticated you, got you used to cement, trendy shoes, superficial comfort, and pulled you away from direct contact with the source. Now you live inside buildings, work on cold floors, sleep on artificial beds, and walk on plastic soles. And you probably don't even realize your soul is thirsty for the earth. Even in spiritual circles, many modern practices focus on opening higher chakras, raising energy upward, and forget the most basic thing. Without roots, there's no rise. Without connection to the earth, no matter how much you meditate, affirm, or visualize, your energy just drifts aimlessly. It's not about escaping your body. It's about fully living in it. That only happens when you return to touch the earth that witnessed your birth. But don't worry, it's not too late. You can reclaim that connection, and the best part is, you need nothing more than your body, your presence, and the right kind of ground. Coming up, I'll guide you step by step on how to do it. Reconnecting with the earth doesn't take years of practice, expensive tools, or technical knowledge. All it takes is something you already have, your presence and your feet. Next, I'll share a simple but deeply powerful ritual to help you recover your vital energy and restore a connection your body should never have lost. Here's the spiritual grounding ritual. 1. Find a natural spot. Look for a place where the ground feels alive. Soil, grass, sand, forest, garden. If you can, avoid chemically treated surfaces. The purer, the better. 2. Walk barefoot for at least 15 minutes. Take it slow. Feel every step. Notice how your feet adjust to the ground. This isn't just walking for the sake of it, it's walking with your soul wide open. 3. Breathe in a 4-count rhythm. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. Pause for 4. This connects your breath with the earth's pulse. Do this for a few minutes, whether you're walking or standing still. 4. Visualize energy. Imagine luminous roots growing from the soles of your feet, sinking deep into the earth. They spread, anchor, and latch onto the core's energy. From that center, a warm, powerful light travels up through those roots, enters your feet, and rises through your body, aligning your organs, chakras, and emotions all the way to the crown of your head. Breathe deeply and repeat quietly to yourself. I ground myself. I recharge myself. I unite myself. 5. Close the ritual with gratitude. Before you leave, touch the earth with your hand or bow your head for a moment. Give thanks silently. This is a practice of humility and respect because the earth isn't yours, but you're part of it. Do this ritual whenever you feel low on energy, clarity, or peace. Approach it without expectations, but with faith, because even though it's simple, it's powerful medicine. And if you keep it up, what starts as an exercise becomes a transformation. When you begin reconnecting with the earth, you might not notice anything dramatic at first. But if you pay attention, something starts shifting, not outside, but inside you. In the first few days, you might just feel calmer, a quieting inside, less mental chatter, less muscle tension, less rush. That quiet grows into clarity. Your thoughts organize, your emotions settle. You start hearing what your soul's been trying to tell you all along, something you couldn't catch over the noise of the world. Your energy returns, not a restless, scattered energy, but a deep, steady, peaceful strength, like recharging your soul from its roots. You'll notice your decisions begin to shift. You start choosing differently. You feel more connected to nature, more intuitive, more in line with your true path. And without even trying, things around you start to change too. Your relationships improve, your health gets stronger, your creativity sparks, and your presence feels more magnetic. You start attracting experiences that once felt out of reach. That's because by reconnecting with the earth, you're reconnecting with yourself. Your body finds balance, your energy field stabilizes, your soul finds direction. Many people try to raise their vibration with techniques, affirmations, or meditation, but they forget the purest vibration isn't out there. It's right here, in direct contact with the oldest, wisest source there is, the earth. The best part? You don't need to work hard to receive its gifts. All you have to do is come back, step on it again, feel it, because the earth asks nothing from you. It doesn't judge or ask questions. It simply waits for you to remember who you really are. And when you do, transformation happens, not all at once, but step by step, like every barefoot step you take, conscious and calm. Feet often overlooked, so every day, and yet deeply sacred. In many ancient cultures, feet weren't just body parts. They symbolized humility, journey, purpose, and connection with the divine here on earth. In the Bible, washing someone's feet was an act of honor and spiritual service. Jesus washed his disciples' feet, not for hygiene, but to show that whoever serves from the heart walks in light. In Eastern traditions, a teacher's feet are sacred because they've traveled the path of wisdom. And in many indigenous cultures, touching the earth with your feet is a form of silent prayer. Why all this symbolism? Because feet are the bridge between heaven and earth. They're the link between who we are down here and the higher energy guiding us above. Energetically, feet have tons of nerve endings, energy channels, and reflex points that connect to the whole body. But beyond the physical, they're antennas. They absorb, release, sense, and transmit energy. When you walk barefoot with awareness, your feet do more than just touch the ground. They have a conversation with the earth. Every step is a quiet dialogue between your soul and the planet. That's why when we ignore our feet, cover them up, or neglect them, we close off a spiritual gateway. But when we remember them, care for them, and let them connect with the sacred ground, we open the door to balance, healing, and purpose. Your feet aren't just the bottom of your body, they're the starting point of your connection to everything. And by reconnecting with them, you begin walking your path with intention, clarity, and soul. Deep down, you've always known this. Every time you craved nature, felt peace walking on sand or grass, or just wanted to kick off your shoes and walk freely, your soul was reminding you, you're not separate from the earth. You are a living part of it. Your body is earth. Your bones are minerals. Your blood is water. Your breath is wind. Your energy is inner fire, and your feet are the bridge that brings it all together. They made you believe spirituality was something distant, elevated, or invisible, but the most sacred has always been waiting right beneath your feet, silent, powerful. You need to break free from the noise of the world. You don't need 1,000 techniques or fancy formulas to heal or awaken. You just need to step back onto the earth with awareness, respect, and soul. Because every time you do, you come home. And that simple act can shift your frequency, your reality, your destiny. Now it's your turn. Do the ritual, practice it, feel it, live it, and then come back and share in the comments what you experienced. Maybe you started dreaming again, slept better, cried, or felt more present. You're not alone on this journey. Others are remembering too. And if this message spoke to you, share this video with someone who needs to reconnect with the earth. Maybe without even knowing it, you will be the bridge that brings them back to their roots. And if you want to keep awakening these hidden truths, subscribe. Here, we don't just talk, we remember what the soul has never forgotten. What if I told you that the universe has a secret code, a number that shows up on clocks, license plates, or in dreams, and holds a deeper message from your soul? This number is 888, and it's not showing up in your life by accident. Imagine for a moment that life isn't just a random string of events, but rather a cosmic symphony carefully crafted by the universe. Every number that appears is like a note in that melody, a signal from the universe guiding you. The number 888, especially, is more than just a digit. It's a powerful symbol of balance, growth, and both material and spiritual wealth. It signals that something amazing is about to manifest, if you're ready to embrace it. This video isn't just about numbers. It's about an ancient meditation practice that has been kept secret by wise sages and mystics for generations. This practice, when done with intention and respect, aligns your energy with the universe's infinite abundance. In this journey, we will explore the true meaning of 888 through different traditions, see how it resonates in ancient teachings, and show you how this number can become a source of personal power. But most importantly, we'll teach you a time-honored ritual, passed down from generation to generation, your key to unlocking a life filled with purpose and fulfillment. Get ready, because what you're about to discover is not just knowledge. It's a revelation that can change everything. Since the beginning of time, wise people have known that the universe speaks in the language of numbers. Pythagoras, the ancient Greek mathematician, believed that numbers weren't just tools for measurement, They were living energies that formed the very fabric of reality. He taught that each number has a soul, a spiritual essence. In his teachings, the number 8 was especially significant. It symbolizes infinity, the perfect balance between heaven and earth, and the endless flow between giving and receiving. But what happens when this symbol is repeated 3 times to form 888? In many cultures, repeating something 3 times isn't random. It amplifies its power and invokes the universal principle of endless creation. In Kabbalah, the mystical teachings of Judaism, numbers are connected to Hebrew letters and the Sephirot of the Tree of Life. The number 8 is linked to the sphere of manifestation and splendor. When tripled, 888 symbolizes a divine connection between vision, action, and manifestation, a trio of energies that activate the universe's creative flow. In ancient China, the number 8 was considered the luckiest. Its pronunciation sounds like the word for wealth or prosperity. This is why emperors would often choose dates with multiple 8s to start wars, sign treaties, or begin dynasties. They believed it channeled energy in its most harmonious form, opening doors to abundance and longevity. In Hinduism and Buddhism, the number 8 also holds sacred meaning. The Buddha's eightfold path leads to spiritual awakening, and the 8 forms of the goddess of abundance represent the many blessings that come to us when our consciousness aligns with universal truth. Even in certain Christian teachings, the 8th day is seen as a symbol of spiritual rebirth. While 7 represents the completed cycle of creation, 8 marks the new beginning, a leap into eternity. So why does this number appear at pivotal moments in our lives? Why do we dream about it, see it on clocks, license plates, or on important dates? Modern numerology, carrying the legacy of Pythagoras, tells us that 888 is a manifestation code, a signal that your mind, body, and spirit are aligned to receive a wave of cosmic energy. When 888 shows up, it's like the universe is whispering, "You're at the perfect spot. Open your arms. Everything you've asked for is on its way." But this energy isn't something you just receive. It's something that must be awakened from within, like an inner fountain waiting to flow. Many spiritual traditions have developed rituals to connect with this powerful frequency, using it in everyday life to achieve real-world goals. In Hermeticism, for example, the idea of as above, so below aligns with the flow of the number 8. The horizontal 8, or infinity symbol, represents the continuous relationship between the divine and the human. So 888 becomes a bridge between dimensions. It doesn't just symbolize abundance, it is abundance, bringing it into your life. And when we talk about abundance, it's not just about material wealth, though that's part of it. Abundance means growth in every area of life: health, relationships, creativity, and purpose. The number 888 doesn't just bring one blessing, it brings them all. That's why rituals to activate 888 should be approached with respect. They connect you to powerful universal energies, a kind of soul alchemy. Now that we understand its history, symbolism, and deep connection with the universe, it's time to learn how to use this frequency in our daily lives. Let's break down why 888 is a key to unlocking personal power. Picture the universe as a grand symphony made up of vibrations and frequencies. Every thought, emotion, and action we take is like a note in that symphony, adding to the harmony or dissonance of our reality. 888 is like a perfect chord in that cosmic music, a hidden key that can tune our lives to the vibration of infinite abundance. The number 8 alone symbolizes balance between the spiritual and material, the inner and outer, the eternal and temporary. Its shape reflects the constant flow of giving and receiving, like a river that never stops. But when that number repeats 3 times, 888, a portal opens. It's no longer just about balance, it's about superabundance, a triadic alignment that brings perfect harmony. But what does this really mean? First, 888 activates the universal trinity, mind, body, and spirit. Each 8 represents a part of us, and when they align, something powerful happens. The universe responds to our intentions, turning them into commands that shape reality. Second, 888 teaches the secret of conscious non-effort. In the physical world, more effort often equals more results. But spiritually, over-effort can block the flow. The number 888 reminds us to allow it instead of forcing things. Become the channel through which abundance flows. This is the power of magnetism. When you embody abundance, it naturally comes to you. It's not about asking, but about being. When you align with this frequency, abundance finds you. You don't have to convince the universe, you simply speak its language. Now let's explore 3 principles behind 888's powerful vibration. 1. The principle of the inner mirror. We are all small universes. Our unconscious mind projects images into the world, and the world mirrors them back. If you hold fear, scarcity, or doubt, the universe will reflect that. But if you cultivate confidence, joy, and the belief that you're already abundant, the universe will reflect that too. The 888 acts like a tuning fork, aligning your inner state with the reality you want to create. To change the world, first change the energy from which you send your signals. 2. The principle of creative resonance. Everything in the universe vibrates. Ancient cultures knew this. They chanted, drew symbols, and built temples with specific numbers, understanding that to receive something, you must resonate with it. 888 is a unique frequency. When you use it with intention, through words, visualization, or meditation, it triggers a chain of events that reshapes your reality. This isn't magic, it's spiritual science. The application of sacred geometry. 3. The principle of divine timing. In today's fast-paced world, we want things to happen immediately. But the universe doesn't work on our schedule. 888 reminds us that there's a perfect cosmic rhythm where every blessing arrives at just the right time. The number 8, as a symbol of infinity, teaches us to trust that what's meant for us won't pass us by. It will arrive when the time is right. By applying these principles, we stop working against the flow and begin living in harmony, like sailing with the wind instead of rowing upstream. This isn't just knowledge to think about. It's something you need to live, feel, and practice. In the next section, we'll dive deeper into how to unlock the hidden keys that only reveal themselves when we truly align with the frequency of 888. There are moments in life when something feels like it's calling out to us from beyond the physical world. We see the same number over and over on clocks, license plates, receipts, and it doesn't feel like a coincidence. The number 888 appears like a cosmic wink from the universe, signaling you're ready to receive. But what's really happening when 888 keeps showing up in your life? What we often call synchronicity is actually the result of an energetic shift, an alignment inside you that affects your external reality. When you see 888 again and again, it's not just a message. It's a door opening, an energy threshold, an activation code that, when understood, can completely change the way you manifest your life. What few people realize is that 888 has been honored by ancient esoteric schools for its connection to the octaves of vibration in music. Each octave represents a frequency that doubles another. This aligns with quantum shifts in consciousness. When you connect with 888, you don't just improve aspects of your life, you make a leap into a new level of existence. Each 8 represents an energetic octave, body, mind, and soul, and can also be seen as past, present, and future coming together in one moment. 888 is the alignment of all your parts, all your selves, coming together into a point of power, the present moment. In many cultures, the number 8 represents divine balance and justice. So 888 becomes a sacred cycle that activates when you align with your true purpose. It's not just about asking for money or success. It's about connecting with your higher calling. The abundance that comes with 888 comes from vibrating in the right place, not from a place of need. So what happens when someone lives from this frequency? The universe starts returning multiplied what you give. Ideas turn into opportunities, words turn into agreements, and intentions transform into perfect synchronicities, not because you want them, but because you're vibrating at the right frequency to attract them. One of the deepest secrets of 888 is that it only activates when you stop chasing and start embodying it. 888 is a frequency of spiritual royalty. And what does a true king or queen do? They don't beg or chase. They command from their inner authority. The paradox is this: the more you chase abundance, the further it gets from you. But when you become a clear channel, the universe responds exactly as it should. The key is realizing that abundance isn't something you need to achieve. It's already within you, waiting for you to unlock it. A vital part of working with 888 is inner awareness. The universe responds to vibrational energy, not just words. That means how you feel matters more than what you say. If you affirm abundance but feel fear, you're sending a mixed signal. If you meditate on 888 but feel scarcity inside, you're blocking the door you're trying to open. That's why working with this frequency requires integrity. Your thoughts, emotions, and actions need to be in harmony. If they aren't, the code won't fully activate and the results will be inconsistent. Many ask, how do I know if this frequency is already active in my life? The signs are subtle but clear. You'll feel a sense of inner peace. Opportunities will show up unexpectedly. Key people will appear at the right time. Your decisions will flow with certainty, and you'll feel no urgency. You'll trust, not from being passive, but with a quiet confidence. In that state, 888 becomes more than just a number. It becomes a way of being. Now that we understand the deeper meanings and spiritual power of 888, it's time to experience it firsthand. What you're about to learn isn't a simple technique or just a formula of intention. It's an ancient ritual passed down through generations of hidden wisdom, designed to consciously activate the flow of abundance in your life. This ritual is based on metaphysical principles of resonance, intention, and conscious creation, not superstition. It's a bridge between your inner world and the outer universe. By performing this ritual with devotion, openness, and alignment, you can attune yourself to the highest frequencies of both the material and spiritual realms. First, find a quiet, peaceful place where you can be alone for at least 20 minutes without interruptions. If you can do this on the 8th of the month or at 8:08 a.m. or p.m., that's even better, as that's when the frequency of 888 is strongest. Light a golden or white candle. If you have sandalwood, cinnamon, or myrrh incense, use it to clear the space. Place a glass of water in front of you to symbolize the flow of energy. If you have a mirror, place it as well. It will act as the symbolic doorway between worlds. Sit comfortably with your back straight, close your eyes, and take deep breaths. For the first few minutes, just focus on the silence. This quiet moment opens the portal to 888. Next, imagine the infinity symbol, but visualize it as liquid golden light. Picture it slowly spinning in space. Then imagine the symbol coming closer to you and merging with your chest. Feel the golden light entering your heart and spreading through your body cell by cell. Mentally repeat, I am the channel of infinite abundance. What I command is what I feel, and what I give is returned multiplied. Know that this is not a request, but a declaration of your inner power. After this, gently open your eyes and speak aloud. 888. I activate the code of sacred abundance. 888. I receive what is already mine by universal right. 888E8. All is multiplied in perfect harmony. Say this 3 times, not just to repeat the words, but to let every word vibrate deeply from within. Then slowly drink the glass of water, imagining you are absorbing the energy of infinite abundance, integrating it into every part of you. To close the ritual, express gratitude, not just to the universe, but also to yourself for remembering your power. Give thanks as though everything you desire is already here, because it exists in the vibrational realm you just activated. Blow out the candle with gratitude. You may want to write in a special journal about what you felt, saw, or intuitively understood. This journal will serve as a guide to conscious manifestation. Some extra tips to deepen the ritual. If you're seeking significant change, perform this ritual for 8 consecutive days. Before sleep, visualize the golden infinity symbol gently rotating on your forehead. During this process, avoid thoughts of scarcity or complaining and protect your energy like you would a precious seed. When practiced with respect, this ritual not only transforms your outer world, but also your inner being. You are no longer someone who seeks abundance. You become the source from which it flows. We've reached the end of this journey, but it's not the end of the path. What you've discovered today isn't just intellectual knowledge. It's a living portal, a direct link to the frequency of infinite abundance. The real question now is, are you ready to walk through it? Throughout this video, you've learned that 888 isn't just a random number or a superstition. It's a symbol encoded in the oldest languages of the soul, a vibration that connects the spiritual realm with the material world. It's the energetic signature of a universe that doesn't punish but responds, doesn't judge but reflects, doesn't lack but multiplies. You also learned that this frequency can't be activated from a place of scarcity, forced effort, or fear. True abundance comes when you are aligned with the natural flow of life, when you live with a conscious heart, and when you trust the creative power of your spirit. The ancestral ritual you've received is not a trick to manipulate the world. It's a sacred practice of connection with yourself, the universe, and that part of you that already knows everything is as it should be. Now, the power is in your hands. You can choose to keep this knowledge to yourself or begin using it daily with intention and presence. You can keep waiting for signs or become the sign for others. You can keep dreaming of abundance or wake up to it right now. Remember, every time you see the number 888, don't just think of it as a number. See it as a reminder, a mirror of infinity, showing you that the universe is working in your favor. If you trust, flow, and command from your soul, and if this message has resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself. True knowledge is like a sacred fire. The more you share it, the brighter it shines. Subscribe to the channel to keep exploring the secrets of the soul and the hidden codes of the universe. Like this video if it has helped light your path, and share it with those who are ready to awaken their inner power. This ritual won't change your life just by watching it. The magic happens when you practice it, embody it, and live it. The door is open. Are you ready to walk through it? There are secrets so ancient they lie buried beneath the sands of time. Hidden knowledge that doesn't belong to any one religion, but quietly passes through them all. Powers shared only in whispers, symbols, or the silence of temples. Today, we're going to uncover one of those secrets, one born with the gods, whispered by the stars, and burning in the heart of those who seek it. This isn't just another video about spirituality. It's a key, a doorway, a ritual of understanding. Today, I'm going to talk about the vibrational code of Thoth, the scribe of the gods, the master of different realms, the architect of sacred thought, a being who mastered not only language, but the vibrations that shape reality. What if you could tap into that knowledge? Learn to direct energy at will, not with force, but through the wisdom of three hidden forces. These forces aren't just ideas, they're the foundations of reality. They're the pillars of vibrational change, and anyone who knows them needs no other tools, because in their hands lie the keys to the inner temple. Throughout this journey, we'll explore the three sacred keys of the vibrational code. First, the toroidal field of the heart, the most powerful energy generator in the human body. More than just an organ, it's a multidimensional portal. Second, the creative power of the word, the force that shapes matter, the echo of the source, the sound that forms the subtle worlds. Third, the fire of conscious will, the divine spark that transforms energy, the lost art of aligning desire with sacred purpose. These aren't pretty metaphors, they're real, practical, powerful tools waiting for those ready to go beyond illusion and dance consciously with universal energy. Have you ever felt disconnected, stuck in a dull routine, as if something inside you was asleep? This video is a call, a reminder, a compass pointing toward knowledge that isn't new but eternal. The path we're on isn't straight. It spirals like DNA, like planets moving, like consciousness awakening. Because that's how mystery works, how truth reveals itself. Get ready to open the eyes of your soul. When this video ends, you'll see reality differently. You'll sense subtle forces, understand the hidden language of vibration, and maybe, just maybe, start to remember who you really are and why you're here. Welcome to the mystery. Welcome to vibrational knowledge. Welcome to the code of Thoth. Back in ancient Egypt, when stars were guides and temples were gateways, a figure wrapped in mystery and majesty appeared. Thoth, the wisest of the wise, the celestial scribe, wasn't just another god in the pantheon. He was the principle behind consciousness. While other gods ruled elements or natural cycles, Thoth governed hidden knowledge, time, sacred geometry, and most importantly, vibration. To the ancient Egyptians, Thoth didn't invent language, he awakened it. They believed every word from his mouth was more than sound. It was a wave of creation. With his reed pen, a symbol of precision and cosmic harmony, the universe's wisdom was written. The Greeks called him Hermes Trismegistus, the thrice great. From him came Hermeticism, a secret tradition that survived empires and quietly shaped medieval alchemy, Renaissance mysticism, and modern invisible sciences. Beyond names, Thoth represents a core truth. Reality isn't solid, it's vibration. Everything from a rock to an emotion has its own frequency. This isn't just an old myth. Modern quantum physics, without realizing it, touches the edges of this same ancient truth. Nikola Tesla sensed it when he said, "If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." The universe doesn't communicate with words. It speaks in waves. And the human soul, that eternal traveler housed temporarily in the body, has the ability to tune in. But first, it has to remember what it forgot, how to access and master the three vibrational forces that shape both inner and outer reality. The ancients didn't use technical language to describe these forces. They gave them symbolic numbers, sacred animals, shapes, or colors, because direct explanation often kills the mystery. But at the heart of all initiation traditions, from Egyptian mysteries to Tantric yoga, Hebrew Kabbalah to Mayan codices, the pattern is the same. The heart as the center of electromagnetic power, the word as the shaper of worlds, and will as the sacred fire that drives creation. These aren't distant ideas to admire from afar. They're practical keys that help a person move beyond mental chaos and reconnect with their origin. Thoth's wisdom wasn't meant for stone temples, but for the living temple each of us carries inside. When the ancients talked about gods, they weren't referring to external beings with supernatural powers. They were talking about universal principles, forces that live inside you too. And Thoth, as an archetype, reminds us that true magic isn't about doing the impossible. It's about understanding how reality works and learning to interact with it without fear. Within this fabric, every vibration you send out, every thought, every word, every intention is shaping your destiny. Imagine the universe as a huge musical instrument, a cosmic lyre hanging in eternity. Every being, every thought, every feeling is a string that vibrates. But not everyone knows how to play. Most people make random, chaotic noise and then wonder why their lives feel out of sync. But there are those who know the sacred notes, the initiates, those who awaken the three hidden forces of the vibrational code. These three forces, the toroidal field of the heart, the creative power of the word, and the fire of conscious will, aren't separate tools. They're like the fingers of one hand. They work together like an energetic symphony that connects you to the original source of all existence. When deactivated, we're like leaves blown by the wind. When activated, we become architects of reality. Let's start with the first sacred key, the toroidal field of the heart, the engine of the soul. The heart isn't just a muscle pumping blood. From an esoteric perspective, it's the most powerful electromagnetic generator in the human body. Science shows the heart's electric field is up to 60 times stronger than the brain's, and its magnetic field can extend several feet beyond the body. But what science is only beginning to understand, ancient traditions taught thousands of years ago. The heart is a toroidal vortex, a spiraling energy center that constantly receives, transforms, and emits vibrations. Picture it, a donut-shaped energy field emerging from your chest, expanding around your body and looping back through your lower torso, creating an endless cycle. This field connects you not only to yourself, but to everything vibrating around you. People, places, ideas, even different dimensions. When your heart is in alignment, when your emotions match your thoughts and actions, the field becomes balanced, stable, and coherent. Then something amazing happens. You become a conscious transmitter, a magnet tuned to higher frequencies. Coincidences increase, synchronicities grow stronger, and reality responds like a clear echo. But when the field is disrupted by heavy emotions, fear, guilt, unresolved anger, the vibration distorts, the toroidal field breaks down or fragments, and you lose connection with your true source. That's why many modern vibrational healing methods, like heart math, aim to restore this coherence, even if they don't realize they're tapping into the echoes of Thoth's ancient wisdom. This toroidal field is the canvas, but you still need two more elements, the brush and the creative fire. Enter the second hidden force, the creative power of the word, the voice of creation itself. In the oldest cosmologies, the universe wasn't shaped by hands, but by voice. In ancient Egypt, Ptah, an aspect of Thoth, creates through the Logos, the sacred word. In the Bible's Genesis, God says, "Let there be light." In the Hindu Vedas, the primordial sound Om carries the vibration of all worlds. Coincidence? No. Pattern. The word is organized vibration. When you speak, you don't just communicate, you build energy structures on a subtle level. Every word has weight, wavelength, and frequency. Saying, "I'm lost," isn't just a complaint. It's an energetic command your reality receives and reflects back. That's why the ancients guarded their words carefully. They knew the spoken word not only expresses thought, it shapes and projects it into the material world. In the Hermetic tradition, there's the principle of correspondence, as within, so without. And a deeper one, as spoken, so becomes. The initiate learns to speak like a magician, from inner silence, with no wasted words, with precision and pure intention. The problem today is that in a world full of noise, the power of the word has been cheapened. People speak without meaning, curse without awareness, and repeat negativity like a catchy tune. Without realizing it, they program themselves for stagnation. But those who remember the power of the word can literally reprogram reality. A conscious, well-crafted statement can shift the frequency of your entire environment. This isn't fantasy magic, it's vibration applied with wisdom. It's the lost art of speaking from a heart aligned with higher will. And speaking of will, we still need the third key, the fire, the drive, the divine spark. We've seen how the heart acts as the vibrational engine connecting us to the all, and how the word, when born from coherence, is the chisel carving energy into form. Yet these two forces, powerful as they are, remain potential energy, like a torch and its fuel. They need something to ignite them, something that awakens dormant energy and directs it clearly toward purpose. That's the third hidden force, the fire of conscious will. This isn't ordinary will, the kind that wants but never acts, desires but fades away. It's an inner power, not bought or learned from books, but awakened through presence, decision, and sacred commitment. The fire of conscious will is a solar force, a flame that burns without consuming. In esoteric traditions, it's symbolized by the sword, the sun, and the ascending pyramid. It's the principle that lets a person become a deliberate co-creator, not through ego-driven desire, but through deep alignment with essential purpose. Alchemists called it the inner sulfur, the active energy that transforms base matter into spiritual gold. In tantric tradition, it's Ikka Shakti, the divine impulse that directs Kundalini energy. In Hermetic teachings, this fire is linked to the plane of spirit, the divine spark every being carries as a legacy from the stars. When you activate this will, you're no longer a leaf in the wind. You become the wind itself. Energy doesn't pull you along, you guide it. But here's a crucial point. This fire can't be forced. It's not about forcing your mind on reality. That ego-driven path only leads to burnout. True fire arises from inner alignment, when what you feel, think, and do are all in harmony. Imagine your toroidal heart as the drum setting the rhythm, your word as the chant shaping form, and your will as the dancer carrying out the ritual. Only when all three move together does the ritual work. Most people live in inner conflict, wanting one thing, thinking another, and acting in a completely different way. This inner split scatters energy, breaks the vibrational field, and creates confusion. So one of the greatest acts of magic isn't calling on something outside yourself. It's bringing your inner forces back together under one higher purpose. Thoth taught that all creation unfolds from a trinity: idea, word, and action. Conscious will is the third side of that triangle. the bolt coming down from heaven to touch the earth, the sword cutting through inertia and declaring, "I choose to create." But for that bolt not to cause destruction, it has to be guided by the wisdom of the heart and expressed with the purity of the word. Here is where the esoteric art of vibrational change comes in. First, you listen to the sacred pulse of your heart. Then you speak from that truth. Finally, you direct your fire toward creating something that nourishes both your soul and the universe around you. This process isn't theoretical, it's spiritual technology, an inner alchemy. When you master it, you no longer need to control external things, because you understand the universe doesn't respond to your wishes, but to your vibration. Just like a musician tunes their instrument before playing a sacred melody, you must tune your whole being, heart, word, and will to create without distortion. Only then does Thoth's vibrational code fully reveal itself, not as something outside you, but as a power that's always been inside, waiting to be remembered. Knowing is one step. Applying is true alchemy. It's useless to have the keys to the vibrational code if they just hang on a symbolic wall, admired but unused. Hidden knowledge only activates through living experience, not passive admiration. So in this section, I offer practical ways to ignite your toroidal field, purify your words, and focus the fire of your will. The sacred isn't in distant temples, it's in how you breathe, speak, and make choices. First, cultivate heart coherence. The heart's toroidal field responds to truth, not appearances. To harmonize it, start by being brutally honest with yourself, not to judge, but to listen to the subtle rhythm of your deeper feelings, even when it's uncomfortable. Here's a daily exercise. Close your eyes for a few minutes, place both hands on your chest, and ask yourself, is what I want a wound shouting or a call from my soul? The heart sends a clear vibration when your thoughts, feelings, and actions are aligned. If your gut twists when you say yes but really want to say no, you're fracturing your field. Learn to feel before you decide. Remember, the heart doesn't scream, it whispers, and in that whisper lies truth. Second, purify your words. Words create. This isn't just spiritual poetry, it's vibrational physics. Every time you speak, you send out a vibration. You either reinforce fear, complaint, or judgment, or you speak from a higher vision, from inner strength. Make silence your ally. Don't answer on impulse. Don't fill empty moments with noise. Pay attention to how you talk to yourself every day. Do you say, "I can't, I'm a mess, this will never change"? Each phrase is a spell. Change your words, reframe your thoughts, and speak from your heart, not from fear. Try this powerful exercise. Each morning, say a vibrational affirmation out loud and really feel it. For example, today I choose to vibrate with clarity and conscious action. Feel those words spreading from your chest outward. Don't just repeat them mechanically. Speak like a magician with intention, precision, and purpose. Third, master the fire of your will. Conscious will isn't stubbornness, it's vibrational discipline. Start by choosing one clear intention each day that aligns with your soul, not your fears. The key is to keep going without forcing it. No need for grand rituals, just an inner commitment held quietly. If you decide to nourish your body consciously, do it fully present. If you choose to act from love in a tough situation, remember, true will is tested not when things are easy, but when you face resistance. Create small rituals, Choose sacred words. Breathe from the heart. Use your fire wisely. These simple practices are acts of power, ways to reconfigure your energy and raise your base frequency. When you do, something shifts. Reality stops feeling like random chaos and starts responding as an exact reflection of your vibration. That's the secret thoth shared with those ready to listen and see. There comes a moment on the seeker's path when questions stop pointing outward and start arising from within. That moment marks the beginning of a new journey, not toward faraway places, but toward the vibrational core of your being. If you've reached this point, it wasn't by accident. The universe doesn't leave breadcrumbs, only frequencies, and you've followed the signal. Today, we've spoken of Thoth not just as a mythic figure, but as a living symbol of ancient, powerful, transformative knowledge. We uncovered the three hidden forces that support the vibrational structure of your existence: the toroidal field of the heart, the creative power of the word, and the fire of conscious will. Beyond just understanding them mentally, the real challenge and gift is to live them. The heart's toroidal field reminded you that your body isn't a prison but a generator, that you're not separate from the world but constantly in resonance with it, that everything you send out from genuine feeling returns to you with precise accuracy, not to punish you but to map your vibration. The word taught you that positive thoughts alone aren't enough if your speech is polluted, that to speak is to create, and that every statement about yourself or the world draws a new pattern into the quantum field. That conscious silence holds more power than 1,000 empty speeches, and speech born from the soul heals, opens, and transforms. And the will, that sacred flame lying dormant in so many, showed that it's not about forceful desire, but about aligning intention, emotion, and action. That fire shouldn't burn you, but light the way. And when your will is guided by your heart and spoken clearly, it becomes an unstoppable tool for transformation. Vibration isn't something outside of you. It is you. Your thoughts are vibration. Your breath, your movements, habits, and silences, all of these are notes in the grand symphony you're composing every day. So here's a sacred question for you. What frequency are you choosing to live in? Knowledge without practice is just an echo. Embodied knowledge, something you live and breathe, is alchemy. It's true transformation. Thoth, as an archetype, doesn't ask for worship, only remembrance, because you too are a scribe. You too are a creator, and the reality you're writing right now is your most powerful work. Start today, not with big gestures, but with conscious choices. Feel from your heart, speak with intention, act with passion, and you'll start to see the world outside you reflect the sacred order you've planted inside. If this message spoke to you, subscribe to get more keys to ancestral wisdom. Like the video if you felt the vibration of this message. Share it with others ready to awaken their inner power. The code is inside you, the keys are in your hands, and the temple has always been waiting for you to step inside.